In this video, we are going to be covering what you need to do to set up a MSP team that will help you get from 0 to hopefully 6 figures and then well into the 7-figure mark. So you could be a 7-figure owner. Now, everything that I'm covering in this video is what I have seen, what I have personally experienced, either working in an MSP, working with MSPs, or working with my coaching students. More on that after. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. And like I said in this video, we're talking about team building. 2 quick things, actually 3 quick things. Number 1, masterclass, 5 ways to make significantly more money, down in the description below. It's usually the first link. There's a little fire emoji next to it. That's how you identify that one. Second thing is I am doing a giveaway. I'm in the process of building it up. I have confirmed of what I want to do. I'm adding a few hundred subscribers every single month. I appreciate the heck out of everyone subscribing. For every subscriber, over 1,000, and this could kick me in the butt pretty hard, I am going to be adding $1 per subscriber to the giveaway. So this is a great time to, if you have friends in the MSP world or the tech world and you're like, hey, this would help, share it out. It's only going to increase the value of that giveaway. The giveaway is going to be kind of changing depending on how many new subscribers we essentially get, but it is coming. So now's the time to start sharing it, to start driving up those numbers. I will be picking somebody just before Christmas so people can get it in time for the holidays. And the third thing is I have had a lot of people either asking me about private coaching or working directly with me. Before I get into this video, I do want to mention it is something that I am looking into. I have a very limited schedule. I have a large amount of clients now. I'm trying to figure out a screening process to work with people that are really interested in working directly with me, because the acceleration people are seeing working one-on-one is pretty incredible. So I'm super excited about that. So let's get into today's video, building a team. This is the most important thing out there. Now, I have had the experience of working with several MSPs, quite a few actually, but there are 2 that I want to mention specifically. Now, I don't want to give too much information because I don't want anybody to go find out who they are, but one of them, picture this, back before the pandemic, they were both in a similar place. One was about half the size, one was about 20 employees, and the other one was about 40 employees large. After the pandemic, one came out at 500 people and the other one came out at about 40 people. So one 2x'd and one 10x'd. Now the reason this is, and what I believe, is it comes down to the team you have. Now the smaller one unfortunately got hit pretty hard. A lot of key players had left all around the same time. And when I say key players, I mean the salespeople, the support team, the managers, and all of that. And I'm not saying that 2xing is a bad thing, but there is a massive difference between those sizes. And there was some serious key players that left. Whereas the flip side of it, you had the 40 or 50 person company that was able to 10x. And during that 10xing process, they really didn't lose many customers. They didn't lose many employees. And there was a lot of well-built structure inside of there. And what brings this down, or what boils this down, is I was on a really good coaching call this morning about building the right team. And building the right team is essential. Even in my company, Growth Generators, by the way, thinking about doing some swag. If you're interested, comment down below. And if you have ideas or tips or things that have worked for you, or you're like, I didn't even know that, please comment down below. I'm always looking for good feedback or potentially new video ideas. But the key is it comes down to the team that you have. Now, there are 3 people in every team that you need to have in order to be successful. And this is below the business owner or the CEO. You need the doer. This is your worker bee, the person that is going to go in, get their hands dirty, and really do the heavy lifting. Now, this person may or may not be the person that's going to be innovating a solution, but they are like, hey, I'm going to try and work and work and work and work and grind until they figure out the right solution. The second person is the innovator, the person that comes up with this solution. This is the thinker. They might be significantly less hands-on than the worker bee, but they're coming up with creative ways to make things work, and it doesn't have to necessarily be support. This could be sales. This could be just about anything. But they are coming up with interesting ways that most people normally don't think of when it comes to either building systems, solutions, processes, and they're big into documenting it and testing to see how it could be refined. So we've covered two, that worker bee and that innovator. And the third one is going to be a manager. And while we all think of managers as managing people, the manager is going to do a lot more than that. They're going to be managing people, but they're going to be managing projects, and they're going to be managing solutions and customer expectations. These are the keys of people that you need to start getting in place. That manager is going to make sure that innovator works really well with that worker bee. And they're communicating effectively, but that manager is also saying, hey, we have a potential idea, or maybe technology can do this to a customer, but they have to bring it back and they have to slow it down a good bit and really paint a realistic picture of what can and can't be done for a solution for the customer. But having these three roles is critically important. Now, the fourth one, which really should be the CEO, is a visionary, and that is going to be somebody who is really just driving the company forward. And it's kind of different than the other ones. That is really reserved for key people in the industry. Usually in the beginning, it's just the CEO of what I want and how can I implement the team to get there. But as you begin to hire and hire and hire, you can start to figure out, hey, are you a worker bee? Are you a visionary or an innovator who's going to be coming up with these new solutions that could help us? This could be scripts. This could be different ways of backup, reporting. The list can go on in the MSP world. And then you have that manager who's managing a whole variety of different things. And everyone is built different. There's no right or wrong, but learning how to leverage these people's skills will accelerate you going forward. If you have too many visionaries, unfortunately, nothing's going to get done. If you have too many, I'm sure most of you have probably heard the chiefs and Indians. If you have too many Indians with no direction, there could be a ton of work that gets done, but it never gets done because there's no chief to lead. And if you have too many chiefs, no work is actually getting done because there's no worker bees. And everybody falls in a different place in your organization. Leveraging their abilities is not a bad thing. Being a worker bee and willing to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty is never going to be a bad thing. Everyone has a specific role, and the faster and more effectively that you can communicate these skills, your organization is going to explode. Now, I know many of you are still in the beginning phases of your business. You may need, or you should really only need, worker bees. You are the visionary. You're the Picasso. You're the one painting your ideal business, your ideal lifestyle, how it's all going to work. Those worker bees are the ones that are going to be doing the heavy lifting, allowing you to do what you're good at. And maybe you're really good at service. Then go find a worker bee who is an assassin at sales. Or if you're really good at sales, go find a worker bee that is an assassin on the service desk who can start hammering through all of these projects and really drilling down to make an effective service desk happen. It's your job as the visionary CEO to figure out what you actually need and put those people in place. Because as you heard in that beginning story, doubling over the course of 3 to 5 years is not a bad thing. But there's a big difference between doubling in about 5 years and 10xing in about 5 years, which is a massive, massive difference. Now, are there tons of other factors in play? Of course there are. But both CEOs are fantastic CEOs. I know them extremely, extremely well. There's just a major difference. And when it comes down to it, is not their ability to see the future and go after it. It's what the team members that they hire can execute on. And the more they can execute on, and the more right people you find for your organization will allow you to launch significantly further than any of your competitors. This allows you to do a ton of different things. You can increase profits because you're going to have more buying power. You're going to be buying more computers, driving that cost all the way down. You're going to be able to hire more people, offer better benefits, offer more competitive salaries, getting the right people in place. So all of these different factors come into play as you're building your business. It's important to start thinking about it from day one. What do you want? How do you plan on executing on it? And who is going to be along for the ride? In the beginning, you need people who are willing to bend and flex as they know that you're just getting started, working at a minimal amount of money and also a minimal amount because you might not have that many customers. And that's okay. And as time goes on, you increase their salary, you increase their amount of hours worked until you can afford to bring people on full time at a level that you really, really want. But in the beginning, those building blocks are so critically important, or you're going to set yourself up for failure or exponentially slower growth than just about anybody else. So I hope this video helped. I hope you guys are getting your teams ready. It is going to be a crazy, crazy winter. I have a ton of new stuff coming out. And if you want to jump in the masterclass, there's a link down below. If you've made it this far, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. I'll see you guys later.